Hello, mystical stars. Let's take a look at what your lesson is with Spirit right now. What are you learning? The cave, retreat, time out, self-care, slow down. For you guys, the lesson is to become still, to stop the worry. That means to have radical faith in your plan, in your path, and to trust it. Radical trust. Clean it up. Why? Have you been going through something difficult, guys? But basically it's saying, as you become still and stop worrying, center yourself, emotionally ground yourself, then deal with what's on your plate. Then address the person you need to address or the situation you need to address. And the question why, I feel like that's sort of a why me? Like why do these things keep happening? Why? What is it about me that's attracting this stuff, this negative stuff? And I think the question itself is the root of the problem. Do you see what I'm saying? Like when we're wondering, why is this happening to me? We're kind of collapsing inwardly. We're not taking a proactive stance. Does that make sense? So we don't even need to ask that question. Instead, we need to go within and access our inner higher self. This is the wise one within you. And she is always with you, even when you feel like you're a child whose life keeps falling apart. Because you're really not. I mean, that's kind of when our inner child gets triggered. When, a need wasn't met in our childhood, that's when we're like, oh my gosh, why? But now we're the adult, so it doesn't matter why. So we can set down that story. The story of why is this happening to me? You're not doing anything to attract these negative situations. But you do need a little bit of an empowerment, right? So we have the Queen of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. So this is how we get through this. Pardon me while I clean up. Okay. So what this is saying is that you're the kind of person that when you know that you need to take charge, you do. You might sit back for a while and be patient, but then when it's time to really take the reins, you will. And when you get into that mode, you're in your Queen of Swords energy, you get stuff done, and you fix problems. But the issue is you start out very, very generous. And then you get to a point where you're kind of off kilter. You don't feel stable. The giving and receiving is not equal. And then you come back and you say, hey. She's holding out her hand. It's more of a decree hand, but in this case, it feels like, all right, let's balance the scales here. So this is what we need to really look at as well. It's not that you can't be generous, but that your generosity needs to take this into account. So you're not wobbling and going back and forth between generosity, laying down the law, generosity, laying down the law, generosity, laying down the law. You can do both. You have to integrate both. Balance these two pentacles here. Balance the generosity and the strictness. So when you offer something to someone or when they request something from you, you've got both sides together from the get-go. So you're not going back and forth all the time. That's going to save you a lot of grief. What else does this group need to know, Spirit? Yeah, it's letting you know that this situation, this pattern, it's not even a real condition. Like these swords aren't all around her. They're only behind her and beside her. They're not over here. And she's trying to walk through it blindfolded, afraid she's going to run into a sword, but there's none in front of her. And she could easily wiggle her way out of those binds. So that is the card of not really being stuck. And so you can still be generous. You don't have to necessarily be stingy. But you can be more generous when you get out of the Eight of Swords energy. And then we move into the Nine of Cups energy. So this is the self-satisfied person who they've got their shit together, so much so that they have plenty to produce, plenty to offer, and, plenty of abundance in their life. This is a well-dressed man, portly, he has plenty of food. Look at all the cups he's produced. He is doing well. So you can get there, but you kind of got to cut the strings, cut the cords to the old behaviors. If there's people in your life who kind of represent that to you, cut the cords related to those behaviors with those people. So you just visualize that person in the circumstance so you feel the energy and the emotion of it. And then just imagine you've got a pair of shears and you're just going to clip the cord. Okay? Spirit is showing me a vision of someone polishing shoes, something about shoe shining. And they show me a man shining shoes and then seeing his reflection. And it brings to mind the term bootlicker. And so there's this feeling like you're done trying to please other people. You're done being a shoe shiner. Those are not considered the most glamorous jobs back in the day when people asked for that. But you can look back and know you did your job well when you did serve people in that way. You served them with a true desire to help. But now we have new things coming for us. So let's ask the spirit guides, what's coming? What's coming in here? And we have Wisdom Keeper and the Healing Stone. So what's coming from this for you is that you're going to embody that healing energy and the wisdom that comes from that. So you're going to be a resource, not because you have a lot that you will give of yourself to others, but because you radiate endless abundance and healing energy. So you don't even have to do anything. People just pick up on it in your vicinity. That is what you're going into. I think that sounds a lot more fun than the push and pull energy. And then abundance. So, I think that speaks for itself. Then we have the Judgment card. And that's kind of like saying that's your final lesson. That's the end of the lesson for you. That is the end of the lesson for you. You've got there. This was the information you needed. You just need to set it into motion. So you followed your intuition to get here, and now you've got the message. So I guess that is that. I think I'm going to give you one final bonus round, though, just for fun. Okay, what bonus information, Spirit Guides, do you have for our listeners who chose to stick around? It literally just popped out randomly. Again. Oh. We've got the star. That's almost like Spirit Guides coming to help you, isn't it? Get you out of, yeah. I think for some of you, you have beautiful Spirit Guides or star family. Spirit Guides, these feel like not your traditional Spirit Guides. They feel like the kind of Spirit Guides that you knew in other lifetimes, either this lifetime or possibly even on another existence, even off planet, or another dimension. Regardless, they're coming to help you navigate the last little bit out of this Eight of Swords. You'll follow the inspiration out of the Eight of Swords. And what draws my attention as well is this woman is pouring into a pool. And then we have water here. It's almost like in this setup, they're pouring inspiration into you and it's coming to you here to show you the path. Wow. So those of you who know. Those who stuck around can feel it, I'm sure. So anyways, beautiful message, freedom coming, peaceful waters, and nourishment. All right? All right, well, thanks for trusting me to give you a reading today, and hope you really enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.